Ladies and gentlemen, today I come before you humbly bearing the massive truth I have uncovered, desperate to share my knowledge with a world deserving. In the anime Angel Beats, a group of dead teenagers fight alongside each other on the battlefront to oppose Angel, a mysterious girl who is there in the afterlife with them because she wants all of them to conform to the rules and be good students at school, since in this afterlife, being a good student causes your soul to be obliterated and reincarnate into another life. You know, typical anime high school shenanigans. Now, there are many mysteries to discuss in the world of Angel Beats. Who is the programmer? How did Kanade get to the afterlife before Otonashi despite canonically dying after him? How did this girl balance a broom on her finger for so long and while playing baseball? Does God really exist? All of these are deep, thought-provoking questions that we could talk about for a long time. But all of these trivial questions pale in comparison to the true mystery at the center of Angel Beats, something that I have legitimately wondered about, lying awake at night and lost in thought for hours during the day, something that puts everything else in the show to shame, and that is TK. TK, easily one of the most important characters in all of fiction, is definitely the most mysterious out of everyone on the battlefront. He fights alongside the main crew with Yuri, but we never learn his backstory, why he likes music and dancing, or why he only speaks English.
Just swallow them. Hurry up! Get chance and luck! I kiss you!
Even the characters in the show don't know any of the answers to this.
Even I don't know what his deal is.
Truly, we were robbed of what was surely the richest origin story in cinematic history, and a legitimate loss that makes me scream, cry, and throw up simultaneously whenever I think about how we were so unjustly wronged. So, to fill my empty soul, I searched high and low for the origin story of TK from Angel Beats, and after hours of meticulous research, involving hours of reading and rewatching the show, I think I have finally found the answer to the greatest mystery that has plagued humanity for far too long. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my belief that TK's true identity is Noriaki Kakyoin from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, before you click off the video and call me crazy, hear me out, and soon, you too will be convinced of the absolute truth of this theory. First of all, I know what you must be thinking. There's no way this can be true. After all, Kakyoin and TK look nothing alike. We don't even know if they're the same age. But listen, we learned in Angel Beats the purpose of this afterlife is to help souls that lived tragic, unfulfilled lives find inner peace and then move on. Now, call me crazy, but Kakyoin fits this criteria perfectly. Growing up, he always felt alone and isolated because he believed that no one would ever understand him, since no one could see his stand, and when he finally found a group of friends who could understand him, he died at the hands of Dio, not knowing how the fight ended and leaving his parents to wonder what happened to him. Sounds like a pretty unfulfilled life to me. Wow, sounds really familiar, doesn't it? Alright, so I've proved that Kakyoin belongs in this world. Let's get into logistics. We know from the beginning of the anime that sometimes people who come to the afterlife lose their memories, as was the case with Otonashi, and the only way he got them back was to be hypnotized by Nyaoi, who didn't come over to their side until Otonashi convinced him to, so it's very possible that Kakyoin experienced something similar. He woke up in the afterlife without any of his memories, and so was forced to invent a new persona for himself since he didn't have Nyaoi to help him bring back his memories. However, he still retained a few important details. Similar to how Otonashi only remembered his last name, Kakyoin only remembered one detail of his name, his initials, TK, Tenmei Kakyoin, his original name in the manga before it was mistranslated to Noriaki. But there's more. Why does he only speak English? Because it was the language that the Stardust Crusaders most likely spoke to each other in universe, since it was the only language all 5 of them would most likely know. It's a language that holds great importance to him, since it helped him to connect to the only friends he ever had. And I don't know, he probably picked up dancing along the way while he was on the battlefront. It's definitely a necessary skill for fighting against Angel. While there are definitely other possibilities for TK's backstory, this is without question the most likely explanation for his behavior and how his story unfolds in the anime, and I'm glad I was finally able to bring this highly researched truth to light. Now we know that Kakyoin eventually does find inner peace in the afterlife, and he is able to pass on with everyone else. Truly, a beautiful conclusion.